Hello guys, welcome to CoderCrab. So today we have a very good session that is all about CSS translate, transform these animation things. So let's start. So on the screen, what we have? So we have one complete box where we are going to have a slider like this. When you focus in, it will go green and go right. So it can be used for loading purpose and many things. Okay. So here we have one more small circle. Inside that we have a small big circle. Inside that we have a small circle which is rotating randomly. I mean going here and there. Okay. So we'll design these two. So for now I'll just clear these things. Okay. So we have this lorem ipsum text. Okay. So HTML is pretty simple here. We have the first one is we have a simple wrap. Inside that we have one toggle top which is holding that particular slider we saw, and we have a para G which is holding the text. And next we have a big wrap. Inside that we have a small q. Okay, or you can say small circle. I've just named it q. You can name anything. Okay, so let's begin. So let's do the styling for wrap first. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this big wrap, so we need to put a width. Let's say total percentage I'm taking 30%. Okay, now this much width is fine. Now let's say display flex. Okay, now flex direction, I want this to have I think so one by one, so we don't have any parallel divs or column. That's fine. Now let's say height, 100 pixel would be fine. Margin, let's give someone rem would be fine for me. Padding, let's put 5 rem would be fine. Okay, looks good. Now border, we'll have some border 1 pixel solid, and let's give some color. Okay, I'll start with gray. Inside this gray, I'll take it little up to this would be enough. Okay, so let's see background color. Let's see, I'll take little bit down. This would be fine. Okay, this is border, I'll just take the same border otherwise. Okay, let's say little down. Okay, so this looks good. Then box shadow, 1 pixel, let's take 3 pixel. Then gray, let's take little bit darker. Okay, sometimes. Okay, so looks good. Now let's have a little bit border radius. Border radius, let's have 4 pixel would be enough. Okay. Okay, so now once the outer thing is done, next go for uh, toggle top. Toggle top. I'll have this toggle top here. Okay, now in toggle top we'll have margin 01 rem. Let's not take more. Okay, so now padding, and okay, so with this one we'll have some little height, right? Height, let's say I'll take 20 pixel. Okay, and then display, we have inside one only, so display flex direction, we'll keep it as column. Okay. Next, width. So width, how much width? 99% would be fine. Okay, let's see. Okay, now as we don't have the inner one, so it won't be coming, so let's put a background color as little darker. We can have something around, okay, that would be sufficient. Then border radius 10 pixel, will give more here. Okay, so now let's go for next one is read flag. Let's go for the read flag. So here in read flag we'll have the background as blue. Background color, this blue or the royal blue will give. Okay, this blue is fine. Now box, so we'll give some shadow of 1 pixel, 1 pixel, 3 pixel, then same shadow we can give off. Okay, let's take this shadow and give it. Okay, now okay, let's add some padding point to, let's add this much. Okay, and we want to be smaller, so 30%. Okay, so now we got something. We don't have border radius at 10 pixel. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so now we have this. Okay, next, the height would be 100% of whatever is there in the parent. Okay, now let's add the next one, that is para G. Okay, so what is para G? Simple, let's split display, we have another P inside it, so display flex margin equals to 0.1 rem. Let's take smaller. Okay, we're good here. Next is dot para gp. We have a p tag, right? So in that p tag we don't need anything. Padding 0 pixel, 0 pixel, font size 0.7 rem, then color. Okay, so initially let's say we have a very close to the color of background. Okay, let's take something like this. Okay, okay, so now we have this. Okay, this looks good. Okay, let's give a hover effect now. So if somebody goes inside the wrap, somebody hovers inside the wrap, then what will happen? Wrap, hover, if hover goes inside, then we'll need this dot var g inside that p to be darker. Okay, simple. Okay, working fine. Yeah, okay, that's fine now. So this portion is working fine. So the another thing what we need to do is this also needs to be changed, right? Okay, so let's do one thing. If again the similar thing, let's if somebody hovers inside this, what should be the impact of read flag? Okay, on red flag. Okay, so I want this background color to be changed to, let's say, this one. Okay, fine. Yes, now this is also done. Let's now give some animation to it. Okay, so the first option for animation, to give animation to this one, would be the transform, right? So let's transform it. Transform. Then you will see there are multiple functions here, right? So we will, let's say we'll use translate. So we can use translate directly. So if we'll use translate, we need to give x and y. But here we want to use only x. So we can give translate x. Translate x, and we can give. So we are having 30% of total, right? So we can give around 100% and check. Okay, so it is going up to this, right? So let's make it 200% and check. Yes, it is going to end, right? So now here we have a challenge. It is going all of a sudden, right? So what we can do is we can directly go to that element and give one transition. Transform. I want to transform, but with 1 second gap. So let's see. Okay, we got it. Okay, so I can give more effect. So here if you'll see the difference, easy in out means starting it will be little faster, ending it will be little faster, in between it will be little slower. So if I'll give you easy in only, so we'll see starting is slower, ending is faster. So I prefer is in out. It maintains uniformity, so that's okay. So now we have this effect done, right? Cool. Okay, so now the same thing if we want to implement through the other way, okay, the animation way, okay, keyframe way. Okay, let's check it. So I'll just comment it. Transition. Okay, without animation prop. Okay, so if you don't have any, you don't want to use animation prop, this way we can do this. Otherwise, what we can do is we can do through the animation way. Let's see that. Okay, so in case of animation, what we'll do is we'll remove this one. Instead of it will be inside the keyframe. Transform. I'm just commenting so that once I check in, if somebody wants to use this way also, they can utilize it. Okay, so now we'll define one animation key here, identifier you can say, or any whichever you want. Okay, so if I'll use animation and give a name. Okay, so what name I should give? I'll give here, let's say we are reading it, so reading. Okay, so I've given the name as reading. Now as I have given this one, so we need to have a keyframe here along with the identifier. What is the identifier? Reading is the identifier. Okay, now I can have it. So here I'll have it 0%, I'll have it 100%. So at 0% mean at beginning of the time. Okay, at beginning, what would be 0%? So what should be the at beginning? Transform translate x 0%. Okay, at 100%, how much we are transforming? 200%, right? To reach to the end, so it needs 200%. Okay, so this is now transform at 100%, translate x to 100%. Okay, now in case of animation, we are reading it with what? 1 second gap. Okay, okay, now it's fine. Okay, you can see that is working fine. Okay, so now you need to give is in out similarly. Okay, now forwards. So here if we'll see, it will stay here. Okay, if we'll leave it, it will stay here. Okay, so now if you want it to run to and fro like completely, okay, so let's give it this way. Infinite, we can give multiple times also if you want 3 times. So let's say 3. Okay, alternative 1 2 3. Okay, done. So if I'll give it infinite, okay, see it, I'll take it out, close, keep it. This will really help when you are designing a loader. Okay, so this is how we use keyframe to do this. Okay, so let's go for the other design. So we have one more design, right? So what is it? Wrap 2. Let's go for wrap 2. Okay, dot wrap 2. So here we are making a circle. So let's say margin 0.5 rem. Now width, let's give 200 pixel. Let's give height also 200 pixel. Border 1 pixel solid. Gray. Background color. Okay, let's keep it little bit close to this. Okay, now border radius 100%, let's say. Okay, okay, so we want this little bigger circle. We can have a little bigger circle as well. Okay, let's have a bigger circle. And now we have a Q, right? So Q is a very small circle. So let's give width 20 pixel, height 20 pixel, border radius 100%, background color, let's give some color. Okay, box shadow. Okay, that is enough, right? Okay, so but it is outside, so let's bring it inside. Okay, something more that looks little bit. Okay, this looks fine, right? Okay, let's give it this much. Okay, so now let's add some keyframe to it. I'll just give as it is. Animation name we need to define, let's say random. Okay, and 1s is fine. Then we need to have a keyframe with random. Okay, defined. Now 0%. Okay, transform. Okay, transform, translate. Let's say 0% is having 0%, 0%. Okay, so now as you can see, this smaller circle is bigger circle is kind of maybe 100, 900, 100, 1000 times of the bigger circle, so it may have 100,000% and 1000%. Okay, oh yeah, right. So it, let's keep it as is in out, then infinite, then alternate. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so it is now toggling this diagonally, right? So let's add some more to it. Okay, so let's add in each 10% gap. Okay, okay, so if I'll add like this 10%, this is like 30%, let's say 30%, let's say this is something 10%, this is something 190%, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, then 100. Okay, let's get this 3. Okay, so now let's do this way. Some random we want, so we'll put some 170. This may be 450. This may be 10 only. Maybe 0, 900, 330, 900, 100, 98, 60, 100, 700, 10, 60, 50. Okay, yes, it's now moving randomly. Okay, okay, so now one more thing here we can add. So we want to stop it when somebody hovers in, right? So we can do one thing. If somebody goes inside the app 2, this should be stopping, right? So let's use some properties to do that. Okay, so somebody goes inside, Q should be stopping. So here we can do one thing: animation, play state, paused. Okay, let's see. Yeah, see. Okay, this is also working fine. It's working fine. Okay, that's all, guys. So we have done this. I'll check in this code and the code will be in description, so you can easily go and check it out. Thank you for watching, guys.